I will hopefully be documented it. Blah, blah, blah. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. I have been a bit busy. I had exams last week, which meant that I just didn't want to spend time making videos and editing videos and posting videos when I could be using that time to revise for my exams. So yeah, that's why I took a couple of weeks off, but I'm back and I have some videos planned out for the next couple of weeks, so I hope you look forward to those and enjoy watching those. Today's video is going to be a January wrap-up. I've seen people doing videos like their monthly favorites or their monthly feelings and things like that. So this is kind of going to be a combination of those things, January favorites, January feelings, January things that I did video. So the idea behind this video came about because I didn't make this year New Year's resolutions because I just wasn't sure what I was going into with the new year. I wasn't really sure what my feelings were gonna be, so I decided I wasn't gonna make any New Year's resolution at the start of the year, but I thought that I will take January as kind of a trial month or whatever, and just see how I feel, see what things I get up to, basically just decide what I want to do and what my goals are for the rest of this year. And I thought I would share those with you because I thought it would be cool to make this video at the start of this year, and then maybe at the end of the year I can do another wrap up and see if I actually did these things that I set out to do. So yeah, we'll start with the video now. The first thing I want to say is my January feelings. I feel like it was mainly a lot of stress. With my first medical school exams, I didn't know what to expect, and I was kind of worried about it being online. It's my first ever online exams because I wasn't in school during the pandemic when it was first happening last year. So it's the first time I've had to take an exam online. It was weird, it was unexpected, it was, I don't know, there's a lot of words to describe it, but basically I didn't really know what to think, and obviously there's a lot of content we learn in medical school, and the exam's only 3 hours long, which means that they're not obviously going to test everything, but you don't really know what they're going to test and you have to be prepared. So yeah, it was stressful, but I got through it. And now I have another semester to go, and then another set of exams, and then another semester, and another set of exams, and then we go on and on and on until basically the rest of my life. But no, I'm not complaining. I am really glad to be here. I've wanted to be here for a long time, so to finally be here and do what I actually like is sometimes surreal to think. But basically, because of all the stress, I decided that I needed some way to keep me sane throughout this exam period, and I didn't want to sit there and study 24/7 because I know from the past that it's not healthy, and it doesn't help me when I lose sleep and study 24/7 and then just do nothing else. So I decided to have a couple of hobbies to keep me going this stressful time. So yeah, the hobbies that I decided to stick to during exams was reading and playing the guitar. I also tried to exercise as often as I could, but to be honest, some days I just wanted to save all my energy for revision, so I didn't end up working out or exercising or doing anything active. But there was I'm glad I did that, because sometimes you're just so tired you need to focus all your energy into revising and you can't use up that energy for other things. I know that you tend to get a boost of energy after you work out, but in the moment when you're feeling so tired, you just don't want to. So yeah, I just didn't end up working out a lot of the days in January, but I will get into that in later part of this video. So that's kind of the summary of how I've been feeling this past month. I mean, yeah, it was mainly just a lot of stress, but there was also some excitement and some nostalgia because of some old things that I've been doing that I haven't done in a long time. So the first thing that is reading. I literally haven't read a book in years. Okay, so I started reading again in lockdown last year in March, and it was because a friend of mine recommended me this book, and like she was reading this book, and so she was like, oh, you should read it too. So I started reading it, and it took me literally months to finish the series. So it was a series with 7 books, of which I only read 6, and it literally took me like 9 months to finish the series. So I started it in March and I finished it in December, which is a crazy long time to be reading a book or a series for. But it's just because like I kept stopping and leaving it and stopping and leaving it, and from about like August till like November I didn't even touch the book, so that's why it took me such a long time. But before March last year, I literally did not read a book since I was like 14 probably. Like there were these one-off books that I read while I was in uni, but they were more like biographies and not really like fiction and just things like that. But like, yeah, I literally hadn't read a book in such a long time, and I forgot how much I loved reading when I was younger. And so when I finished the series in December, I realized like how much I liked reading again, and I started reading like more regularly. And basically so far this year I've read 4.5 books, which is crazy to think. Like I've read 4.5 books in 1 month. Last year I read like 6 books in 9 months. So I think one of my main goals for this year is to keep reading, because I just really enjoy, like, I just feel like it's so easy to get into this other world and forget what's happening around you, especially with so much like negativity with the pandemic. It's nice to read and just be taken away and like to this other universe. I'm currently reading the Percy Jackson books, so it's very exciting. So my goal for this year is to read 24 books. It's kind of a very big goal, but the reason why I chose 24 is because I wanted to read 2 books a month. So obviously 2 times 12 is 24, of which I've already read 4. So I'm already ahead of my schedule or my plan or whatever. But basically, if I reach the goal before December, I will extend it a bit. But we'll see what happens. I mean, who knows, maybe I'll end up getting busier as the year goes on and I might not actually end up reading again. But I really hope I can like stick it through, because even if I just read like half an hour before bed, like it's really nice. Like I just enjoy it so much. It kind of makes me wonder like how I ever stopped reading. Like I don't know what happened, but at some point I just stopped reading, and then it took me so long to get me back into it. But reading the way I am now, like just devouring these books, makes me remember like how and why I used to love reading so much when I was like in middle school. So yeah. Okay, the second thing that I started doing during this month is playing the guitar. I started learning the guitar the first time when I was like 13, I think. But it was mainly self-taught. Like I just used to use like YouTube videos and things. And then for about 6 months or so, I did take some classes, but then I stopped, and then I just kept being self-taught. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was very good at guitar, and I don't think I still am very good at guitar, but I definitely am better now. But basically, I used to just play like very basic chords. I mean, if you play guitar, you know that the main chords are basically like C, G, A minor, like E minor, like those are very simple chords to play. If you ask me to play a bar chord, I just would run away because I cannot do bar chords. But yeah, I decided to start playing guitar again because I love playing the guitar. I love playing the guitar and singing. I find it very relaxing and stress relieving. So it was really good to get back into that during this last month. And I actually used it as a way of like calming myself down. Like before my exam, I was really stressed, like before the exam started. So I just like picked up my guitar and played a couple of songs, and then I was a bit more like calm. And then I started the exam when the time was like started. But yeah, it was nice to be able to like have something to calm me down when I was really stressed. So I want to continue playing the guitar this year, and I want to keep challenging myself to learn new chords and play new chords and get better at bar chords, because right now I can't even play a bar chord. So yeah, that's one of my other goals this year, is to continue learning to play the guitar, and maybe by the end of this year I'll actually be able to play a bar chord. I mean, that would be pretty wild. Okay, the third thing that I started doing this month was starting a digital planner. So I've had my iPad for about 2 years now, and since I got it, I've been wanting to start like a digital bullet journal type of thing. But every time I start, I'll make like 1 month and then I'm like lazy to continue making the month, so I just stop doing it. So I just decided to make it very simple for myself and not worry about having all these like, I don't know if you've had a bullet journal or you know what a bullet journal is, but there's all these like different like codes and things, and it was just too complicated and I took so long to understand it that by the time I like started doing it, I just get lazy about it because there was too many different things to worry about. So this year I decided I'm not gonna worry myself about making a bullet journal. I'm just gonna make a digital planner and keep it simple. So this year I started to make it, and I skipped January because obviously like January is basically just gonna be a bunch of revision. So I skipped January and I started making the spreads from February onwards. I have a monthly spread, which is the main page which has all the days and like important dates written on it, and some notes and goals for the month and manifestations for the month. And then I have my weekly spreads, which has like Monday through to Sunday, and like that will be where I put in like important things like lectures or like things to do, like to-do lists, and like I don't know, like appointments, like if I'm meeting someone or if I'm calling someone, like things like that. So yeah, I started making it and I have it made up until May right now, which is a good start because that means I don't have to worry when the month is over, like, oh, I have to make the next month's spread. Like I've already made it up until May, and slowly but surely I will keep making it when I'm free, so that hopefully I never get to a point where I'm coming up to the end of the month and I'm like, I don't have the next month ready. So yeah, I just decided to keep it very simple. It's not, I don't want to call it a bullet journal because it's not really a bullet journal, it's more just a planner. But yeah, I thought it would be nice to do it digitally because I'm trying to go paperless, and I have been paperless for the last few months in uni because I've not been like printing out any notes or using any printed things. It's just my laptop and my iPad. So yeah, I think it's gonna work out. Let's see if I actually stick to it, but that is something I want to continue doing this year. I want to keep planning my planner. Basically, I just want to keep using my planner this year because I think it's really nice to have like an idea of what's coming up in the next couple of weeks, and then it also helps me stay organized with uni work because I can write in like deadlines and write in like when I need to have things done by and stuff like that. Like obviously we have our virtual learning environment where that is kind of there anyway, but I find it a bit difficult to navigate that, so I like having my own version of it, if that makes sense. Okay, and lastly, the last goal I have for this year is 300 days active challenge. So I saw someone on Instagram that I follow talk about doing this 300 days of activity challenge thing, and basically the idea behind it was that someone said that they were going to do like 300 out of 365 days of workouts. Now, I could very well say that I'm going to do that, but I know myself and I know I'm not going to do 300 days of workouts. But I did want to push myself out of my comfort zone and be a little bit more active this year, because last year I started realizing how much I actually enjoy working out, and I actually started working out more regularly than I have in the past. And basically, I just wanted to push myself and see if I could actually reach 300 days of activity. So I decided to make this challenge, and I changed the rules a little bit for myself. But the idea is that I have to have 300 days of activity this year, and the activity could literally be anything as simple as walking, as weird as doing a TikTok, as random as doing a dance, like just very random things. It could anything that counts as being active is counted into the challenge. So 300 out of 365 means that I only get 65 days in the year where I'm not active, out of which I've already not been active for 20 days in January, which means I'm already like lagging behind because I have only 40 days of rest remaining. But it's okay because I was focusing on my exams and I didn't want to like use up my energy for things that wasn't important in the moment. But in February, I'm planning on doing all 28 days because, like I said, activity doesn't have to be a workout. It can be going for a walk, it can be going for a swim, it can be, I don't know, just anything random as long as I'm being active. So yeah, I'm going to try and reach this goal by the end of the year. I will be documenting it on my Instagram if you want to follow that. It's planet.boomi. And yeah, I will see if I actually get there. I mean, I'd be really surprised if I do, but I really want to like push myself and do it. And the reason is that I know how much like being active helps my mood. Like it boosts my mood and it just makes me feel a lot better. It makes me feel a lot happier. And yeah, I think it's nice to kind of like not force myself, but like push myself to be more active because of the mood benefits that I get out of it more than anything. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that. There's so many options, and that's why I made it very flexible, because being active to me isn't just doing a workout. It's just literally anything that gets me moving. So yeah, that is the last goal that I had, and I hope I can reach these goals by the end of this year. I think I tried to make my goals as flexible as possible, because I know that I tend to like sometimes change my mind and get bored because I am indecisive like that. But let's see what happens. I mean, I'm excited to try and like document these goals and see if I can actually like stick through it. Yeah, so it'll be cool to like make a video at the end of this year and see if I actually did these things that I set out to do this year. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more of these kind of videos. Let me know what else you want to see on my channel, and I hope you've all had a very nice first month of the year. And if you've not, then I hope that this next month will be better. And yeah, as always, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!